Close your eyes. Somewhere beyond the edge of waking thought, where the world softens and time loosens its hold, a story waits for you. It does not rush. It does not demand. It simply lingers like a quiet breath carried on a gentle night breeze, ready to unfold whenever you are ready to listen. Allow your body to grow heavy now, sinking slowly into the surface beneath you. Let your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench, your breath deepen. Inhale slowly and exhale even slower. Feel the rhythm of your breathing becoming steady, like the calm tide of an ancient sea brushing endlessly against a quiet shore. There is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. Only this moment exists, stretching gently into stillness. And as your thoughts begin to drift like distant clouds across a fading sky, you may notice a soft glow forming somewhere far away, a golden light, ancient and warm, calling you toward a place that has always existed, waiting patiently beyond the veil of sleep. The air changes first. It becomes softer, touched with a faint sweetness, as though carried from distant gardens untouched by time. You find yourself no longer where you once were, but somewhere vast and open, beneath a sky that glows with quiet stars. They shimmer gently, not sharp or cold, but warm like distant memories watching over you. Beneath your feet, the ground feels smooth and cool, like polished stone shaped by centuries of silent wind. The air hums faintly, not with sound but with presence, something ancient and knowing, as if the world itself is breathing alongside you. Far in the distance, mountains rise, not harsh or jagged, but smooth and luminous, their peaks kissed by a soft golden glow. Mist curls around them like drifting silk, moving slowly, endlessly, never in a hurry. And above those peaks, faintly visible through layers of glowing air, something grand begins to take shape. It is not a place you arrive at all at once. It reveals itself slowly. Columns of marble stretch upward, tall and endless, catching the soft light of the sky. Pathways of pale stone wind between them, leading deeper into a realm untouched by the noise of the world you left behind. Every surface seems to hold its own quiet glow, as though lit from within by something timeless and serene. This is Olympus, but not the Olympus of thunder or command, not the place of power or distant gods. This is something else. Something hidden, something softer. As you move forward, you notice that the air carries a gentle fragrance, flowers perhaps, though not of any kind you've known before. Their scent is light, almost like a memory of sweetness rather than the thing itself, drifting in and out of your awareness like a whisper. A pathway unfolds beneath your steps, curving gently, inviting you onward without urgency. The world here does not push. It does not pull. It simply allows. And as you follow this quiet path, something begins to change. The marble fades. The vast open spaces soften. And ahead, beyond a veil of pale golden mist, you glimpse something hidden among the heart of Olympus itself. A garden. Not grand in the way of palaces, not overwhelming in scale, but endless in its quiet beauty. The moment you step inside, everything grows still. The air here feels different, deeper, softer, as though time itself has slowed to a gentle breath. Trees rise around you, their branches wide and curved, leaves shimmering faintly in hues of silver and green. Light filters through them in slow, shifting patterns, painting the ground with a soft, golden glow that moves like a dream. Flowers bloom in quiet abundance, their petals delicate, almost translucent, each one holding a faint inner light. Colors blend into one another, pale gold into soft violet, deep blue into warm amber, like the sky just before sleep takes hold. And there is a sound, very faint, like distant water, like a whisper, like something remembering itself. You walk deeper. The garden seems to stretch endlessly, yet never overwhelms. Each step reveals something new, a cluster of glowing blossoms, a winding vine that hums softly when touched by the air, a tree whose leaves drift slowly downward, though there is no wind. And then you notice the water. A narrow stream flows quietly through the heart of the garden, its surface smooth as glass. It reflects not just the world around it, but something deeper, stars, perhaps, or fragments of dreams drifting just beneath the surface. You kneel beside it, and as you look into its gentle flow, you feel something within you begin to loosen. Not a thought, not a memory, but something quieter, something that has been waiting. The stream carries no rush. It moves slowly, endlessly, as though it has all the time in existence. And as you watch it, your breath begins to match its rhythm, slow, steady, deep. A soft glow begins to form along the water's edge. At first it is faint. Then gradually it grows. Shapes begin to emerge, not fully seen, not fully understood, like figures made of light and memory, drifting just at the edge of perception. They do not speak. They do not move quickly. They simply exist. Watching, waiting. You feel no fear here. Only a quiet sense of belonging. As though this place, this hidden garden, has always known you. As though you have been here before, in some distant moment beyond memory, and are only now returning, carried gently by the rhythm of breath and sleep. The light shifts. The air softens further. And somewhere deeper within the garden, beyond the trees and the flowing stream, something begins to call, not in sound, but in presence. A gentle pull. A quiet invitation. You rise slowly. Your steps are softer now, quieter, as though the ground itself welcomes you. The path ahead glows faintly, guiding you deeper into the heart of this secret place. And as you follow it, the world around you begins to change once more, becoming even quieter, even softer, even more still. As though you are moving not just through a garden, but through a dream. You continue walking, though it no longer feels like walking in the way you remember. Each step is softer than the last, as though the ground itself rises gently to meet your feet, guiding rather than supporting you. The air grows warmer, carrying a golden stillness that wraps around you like a quiet embrace, steady and calm. The path beneath you begins to narrow, curving inward through arching trees whose branches weave together overhead. Their leaves shimmer faintly, catching a light that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. It is not sunlight, not moonlight, but something in between, something ancient, soft, and endlessly patient. You notice the silence more now. Not empty, not hollow, but full. Filled with a presence so gentle, so complete, that it asks nothing of you. It simply exists, inviting you to rest within it. Ahead, the garden begins to open. The trees slowly part, their branches lifting like a curtain drawn aside, revealing a wide, circular clearing at the heart of Olympus. The ground here is smooth, almost luminous, covered in soft moss that glows faintly beneath your feet. It cushions each step, quieting even the smallest movement. At the center of this clearing stands a single tree. It is unlike any you have seen before. Its trunk is pale gold, smooth and wide, rising upward in a slow, spiraling motion, as though shaped by time itself. Its branches stretch outward in perfect balance, neither too full nor too sparse, holding leaves that shimmer between silver and soft green. And within those leaves, tiny lights flicker. Not bright, not sharp, but gentle, like distant stars caught in a slow, endless breath. You feel drawn toward it. Not pulled, not compelled, simply invited. The closer you come, the more you notice the subtle hum that surrounds the tree. It is not a sound you hear with your ears, but something you feel within you, like a quiet resonance that settles deep in your chest. The air here carries a deeper stillness. Time seems to stretch. Moments lengthen. And as you reach the base of the tree, you realize something softly, without effort or surprise. This place is alive. Not in the way of movement or change, but in awareness. It knows you are here. You sit at the base of the tree without thinking, as though you have done this before. The moss beneath you is warm, almost like resting on sunlight that has been softened by time. Your body relaxes naturally, your breath deepening once again into a slow, steady rhythm. Above you, the branches sway slightly, though no wind moves through them. The leaves shift with a quiet grace, and as they do, small fragments of light drift downward, dissolving before they reach the ground. Each one feels like a memory. Not yours, not anyone's, but something older, something shared. The stream you saw earlier flows nearby, though it feels different here. Its surface glows faintly, reflecting the golden tones of the tree, and as it moves, it carries small ripples of light that spread outward in soft, endless patterns. You watch it without effort, without thought, and as you do, something within you begins to settle even deeper. The noise you didn't notice before begins to fade. The quiet thoughts, the distant worries, they loosen slowly, like leaves drifting away on still water. A presence begins to form, not in front of you, not behind, but around, like a soft awareness expanding gently outward from the tree itself. The light shifts again, and within the glow, a figure begins to take shape, not sharply defined, not fully seen, but understood in a way that does not need clarity. It is calm, ancient, timeless, and it watches you with a quiet kindness that asks nothing in return. You do not feel the need to speak. There are no questions here, no answers required, only a shared stillness, a moment suspended gently between time and dream. The figure moves slightly, though not in a way you can fully follow. Its presence seems to ripple through the air, like light bending softly through water. And as it does, the leaves above you begin to glow a little brighter, their soft light deepening into a warm, golden hue that fills the clearing. You feel it then, a quiet understanding, not in words, not in thoughts, but in feeling. This garden is not hidden to keep you out. It is hidden to protect its stillness, to remain untouched by noise, to exist quietly always for those who find their way here not by searching, but by letting go. The figure slowly fades, though its presence does not disappear. It lingers, woven into the air, into the tree, into the soft glow that surrounds you. Its surface is smooth and warm, steady and grounding. You feel supported, not just physically, but in a way that reaches deeper, as though the weight you carried before has quietly slipped away without you noticing. Above you, the sky begins to shift. The soft glow of Olympus deepens into a richer gold, blending slowly into shades of violet and deep blue. Stars begin to appear, one by one, not sharp or distant, but soft and near, like gentle lights resting just beyond reach. They do not flicker. They do not fade. They simply remain. The garden responds. The flowers glow a little brighter, their colors deepening into soft, luminous tones. The stream reflects the stars above, its surface becoming a mirror of the quiet sky, flowing endlessly without sound. And the tree remains steady, unchanging. A quiet center in a world that no longer needs to move. Your breath slows further now, each inhale deeper than the last, each exhale longer, softer. You feel yourself drifting, not away, but inward, as though the space within you is expanding, becoming as vast and quiet as the garden itself. There is no boundary here, no edge, only a gentle, endless calm. Somewhere in the distance, you sense that the garden continues, stretching far beyond what you can see. Other paths, other trees, other quiet spaces waiting in stillness, untouched and timeless. But there is no need to explore them. Not now. For this moment is enough. This place is enough. You remain beneath the golden tree, though time no longer feels like something that passes. It simply rests, like everything else in this quiet, endless garden. Your breathing has slowed into something deeper now, something softer, as though each inhale is drawn from the stillness around you, and each exhale returns gently to it. The air carries a faint warmth, neither cool nor hot, but perfectly balanced. It brushes lightly against your skin, like a whisper that never quite fades. And as you sit there, leaning against the smooth golden trunk, you begin to notice something subtle shifting within the garden itself. Not movement, not sound, but awareness. The lights in the leaves above you begin to change. They do not grow brighter, nor do they dim. Instead, they begin to pulse very gently, in a rhythm so slow it almost escapes notice. A quiet glow, then softer, then glowing again, like the steady breath of something vast and alive. You watch without effort, without expectation. And as you do, the same rhythm begins to echo within you. Your breath aligns with it. Slow, deep, gentle. The stream nearby responds as well. Its surface, once smooth and mirror-like, now carries faint ripples that move in perfect harmony with the pulsing light above. Each ripple spreads outward in soft, circular patterns, fading into stillness before the next begins. It is not random. Nothing here is. Everything moves together, quietly, without force, without command, as though guided by something deeper than intention. Something ancient. Something endlessly patient. As you continue to watch, a memory, not yours but something older, begins to form at the edge of your awareness. It is not a clear image, not a story, but a feeling of this garden long before you arrived, of a time when the world beyond Olympus was still young, when the sky stretched wider and the air carried the first whispers of existence itself. The garden was here even then, unchanged, waiting. You sense now that this place is not simply part of Olympus. It is something deeper, a quiet center, a hidden breath within the vastness of the divine. While the world beyond may shift and change, while time moves and stories unfold, this garden remains untouched, holding a stillness that exists beyond all things. And for a moment, you feel that stillness fully, not as something outside you, but within. The golden tree hums softly again, its presence growing slightly stronger, though never overwhelming. You feel it through your back, where you rest against it, a gentle vibration, steady and calm, like the slow rhythm of a heart that has never known urgency. The lights in its branches drift downward once more, but this time they linger. One small point of light settles in front of you, hovering just above the ground. It does not flicker or fade. It simply remains, glowing softly with a warmth that feels strangely familiar. You reach out slowly, not to take it, only to feel it. As your hand moves closer, the light shifts slightly, as though aware of your presence. It drifts gently toward your fingertips, and when it finally touches your skin, there is no heat, no sensation of contact in the way you might expect. Instead, there is a feeling, a quiet expansion, like a memory opening, though nothing specific comes to mind. Only peace. The light dissolves slowly, not disappearing but merging into you, like a breath returning to the air from which it came. And as it fades, you notice something subtle has changed. The space within you feels wider, quieter, more still. as though something you didn't know you carried has gently been set down. Around you, the garden continues its soft rhythm. The trees sway almost imperceptibly. The stream flows in its endless, quiet path. The stars above glow a little deeper, their light settling softly across everything you see. And somewhere just beyond the edge of your awareness, the presence from before lingers still, watching, not as an observer, but as something connected. You begin to understand. Not in words, not in thoughts, but in feeling. This garden does not give answers. It does not change what is. It simply allows. It creates space. A space for stillness. A space for quiet. Space for everything to return to its natural rhythm. Your body feels lighter now. Not as though you are floating, but as though the weight you once held has softened, becoming easier to carry, easier to release. Your breath deepens again. Inhale slow and full. Exhale longer, softer. Each breath feels like it moves through the entire garden, as though you and this place are no longer separate. The tree above you shifts once more. Its branches part slightly, revealing more of the sky beyond. The stars seem closer now, their soft glow reaching downward, touching the leaves, the ground, the stream, and you. One star, brighter than the others, begins to descend. Slowly, gently, without sound. It does not fall. It drifts, like a feather carried on an unseen current. You watch as it moves closer, its light soft and warm, never harsh, never overwhelming. It settles just above the surface of the stream, where it reflects endlessly, creating layers of light that ripple outward in quiet harmony. The water responds, glowing faintly beneath it. The entire garden seems to pause, as though recognizing something sacred. You feel it again. That same presence. Stronger now, but still gentle. It does not approach you directly. Instead, it fills the space around the star, around the stream, around the tree, expanding outward until it touches everything at once, including you. There is no form to it, no shape, no clear boundary. Only a sense of something vast and calm, something that has always existed, quietly holding this place together without effort. And for a moment, you feel yourself within that presence. Not separate, not observing, but part of it. The star's light begins to soften, not fading but settling. Its glow spreads across the stream, across the ground, across the tree, until everything is bathed in the same gentle, golden stillness. The pulsing rhythm returns. Slow, steady, endless. You close your eyes for a moment, and even in the darkness behind your eyelids, the garden remains. The light, the stillness, the quiet presence that asks nothing, expects nothing, and simply allows you to rest within it. When you open them again, nothing has changed. And yet, everything feels different. Softer, deeper, more complete. You understand now that this journey is not about reaching something, not about finding something. It is about remembering, returning, letting yourself drift back into a place that has always been there, waiting quietly beyond the noise of the waking world. The garden breathes, and you breathe with it. Slow, gentle, endless. You remain beneath the golden tree, though now it feels less like a place you sit and more like a space you belong to. The boundary between you and the garden has softened so deeply that it is difficult to tell where one ends and the other begins. Your breath flows slowly, effortlessly, each inhale drawing in the quiet glow around you, each exhale releasing into the vast stillness that surrounds everything. The star above the stream continues to rest there, its gentle light spreading outward in soft, endless ripples. Nothing rushes here. Nothing fades too quickly. Everything unfolds in its own time, guided by a rhythm that does not need to be measured. And as you sit in this stillness, something within the garden begins to deepen, not in movement, not in sound, but in silence itself. The air grows even softer now. It wraps around you like a calm, endless evening, where the world has already begun to rest. The golden tones of the garden slowly blend into deeper shades, warm amber, soft violet, and distant blue, creating a sky that feels both close and infinite at the same time. The tree above you hums quietly, its presence steady and grounding. Its branches stretch outward, holding the sky like a gentle frame, while its roots seem to extend far beneath you, anchoring everything into a peaceful, unseen depth. You feel yourself sinking slightly into that calm. Not downward, but inward. The stream continues its slow journey, though it no longer feels like something separate from the space around it. Its flow is part of the garden's breath now, just as your own breathing has become part of that same quiet rhythm. You notice the way the light moves across its surface, soft patterns that form and dissolve, never repeating, never rushing. Each ripple carries a faint glow, like a memory passing gently through water, leaving no trace behind. And as you watch, your thoughts begin to follow that same motion. Appearing, softening, fading. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to follow. Only this, only now, only the gentle presence of a world that asks nothing of you. The garden enters a deeper stillness, the kind that comes just before sleep fully takes hold, when the mind loosens its grip and the body begins to drift naturally into rest. You feel it now, not as something you must do, but as something already happening. Your shoulders sink. Your jaw softens. Your breath slows even further. And then the garden itself seems to rest. The lights dim slightly, though never disappearing. The stars above settle into a softer glow. Even the tree's quiet hum becomes more subtle, like a distant echo fading gently into silence. Everything is still. Everything is at peace. You close your eyes again, not because you need to, but because it feels natural. And in that darkness, the garden remains, not as images, not as shapes, but as a feeling, a presence, a quiet space that continues to hold you gently without effort. This is the heart of the garden, the place where nothing changes because nothing needs to, the place where everything simply is. The quiet stretches. Moments pass, though they do not feel like moments. They feel like a single, endless breath. Inhale slow and deep. Exhale longer, softer. Again. And again. You are safe here. There is no edge. No interruption. No need to return to anything beyond this space. The world you came from has grown distant now, like a memory fading into the background, no longer needing your attention. Only this remains. This garden, this stillness, this gentle, endless calm. A faint breeze moves through the trees, so soft it is almost not there. It carries with it a quiet warmth, like the last light of day settling gently across the earth. The leaves above shift slightly, their soft glow responding in kind, creating patterns of light that drift slowly across the ground. Even this movement is slow, measured, peaceful. You feel yourself drifting deeper now. Not into sleep just yet, but toward it. Like a shoreline approaching slowly, gently, without waves or sound. Your body grows heavier. Your thoughts lighter. Your breath steady and deep. The star above the stream begins to dim, not in a way that disappears, but in a way that softens into the rest of the garden. Its light blends into the surrounding glow, becoming part of the whole rather than something separate. Everything returns to balance. Everything returns to quiet. This is your moment to rest, to let go, to simply be. There is nothing more to follow. Nothing more to seek. Only this gentle stillness that surrounds you, holds you, and allows you to drift as deeply as you need. And so for a while, the story pauses. Not ending. Not moving forward. Just resting. Just breathing. Just existing in this quiet, timeless space. You remain in the quiet, though something very gentle begins to shift once more. Not a disturbance, not a change that pulls you away, but a soft unfolding, like the first hint of morning light touching the edge of a sleeping world. Your eyes open slowly, without effort. The garden is still there, unchanged, and yet it feels as though it has taken a deeper breath. The sky above begins to glow faintly, not bright, not sharp, but softly illuminated with hues of pale gold and warm amber. The stars do not disappear. Instead, they fade gently into the light as though becoming part of it, dissolving into something even more vast and quiet. The golden tree behind you hums once again, its presence slightly more noticeable now, though still calm, still steady. It does not call for attention. It simply exists, grounding everything around it. You feel it in your back. A quiet support. A steady warmth. The stream begins to glow more clearly. Its surface reflects the soft morning-like light, creating gentle patterns that drift slowly outward. The ripples are wider now, smoother, as though the water itself has settled into a deeper calm after a long, quiet night. You watch it without thinking, and in doing so, you notice something subtle. The flow is leading somewhere. Not quickly, not urgently, but with purpose. You rise slowly, your body moving without resistance. There is no heaviness now, only a soft sense of balance, as though every movement is guided gently by the space around you. The ground beneath your feet feels warm and steady, the glowing moss responding softly with each step. You begin to follow the stream, not because you must, but because it feels natural, like the next breath in a long, quiet rhythm. The garden opens slightly as you walk. The trees part, revealing more of the space beyond. You begin to see that the garden is not just one place. It is many, each area blending into the next without boundary. Soft hills covered in glowing flowers. Wide open spaces where the air feels even lighter. Small clusters of trees that hum quietly with their own gentle presence. Everything connected. Everything part of the same endless stillness. The stream widens gradually, its path becoming more open, more expansive. The light upon its surface deepens into a soft golden glow, reflecting the sky above in a way that feels almost infinite. And ahead, you begin to notice something new. A pool. It's still, wide, perfectly calm. You approach it slowly. The surface of the water is unlike anything you have seen before. It does not ripple. It does not move. It reflects everything, the sky, the trees, the light, with such clarity that it feels less like water and more like a quiet window into something deeper. You stand at its edge, looking down, and for a moment, you do not see your reflection. You see the garden, endless, peaceful, whole. A quiet understanding begins to form, not in words, but in feeling. This garden does not belong to Olympus alone. It is not held by the gods. It is not separate from you. It is something shared. A place that exists wherever stillness is allowed, wherever breath is slow, wherever the mind softens enough to let go. The pool responds. A soft ripple forms at its center, spreading outward in slow, perfect circles. The reflection shifts slightly, though nothing changes in the world around you. And as the ripple reaches the edge, something gentle happens. The surface begins to glow. A warm light rises from beneath the water, not breaking through but blending into it, filling it with a soft golden radiance. It spreads outward, touching everything. The trees, the flowers, the air itself, until the entire garden seems to glow from within. The same light you saw in the tree, the same light you felt within you, is now everywhere. You feel it again. That quiet expansion, that soft release, as though everything has come into balance. Nothing missing, nothing extra, just complete. The presence returns, not as something separate, but as something woven into everything around you. The air, the light, the water, and you. It does not speak. It does not guide. It simply exists, holding the garden in a quiet harmony that does not need to change. You take a slow breath in, deep, full, and as you exhale, you feel something settle completely. A final stillness, a quiet resolution, as though the journey you began, not with steps, but with breath, has gently reached its natural resting place. The garden remains. It will always remain, not as something far away, but as something within reach, within you. Whenever you allow yourself to return to this quiet, gentle space, you look once more at the glowing pool. Its surface is still again, perfectly calm, endlessly quiet, and within it the garden reflects, unchanged, waiting. You remain at the edge of the still water, though now there is no need to move forward and no reason to turn back. Everything has settled into a quiet completeness, as though the journey itself has gently dissolved into the space around you. The garden breathes slowly, and you breathe with it. Inhale deep and unhurried. Exhale soft and long. Again, and again. The glow around you softens further, not fading, but becoming more subtle, like a light that no longer needs to be seen to be felt. The trees stand quietly, their leaves barely shifting, holding the last traces of golden warmth within them. The pool before you remains perfectly still. Its surface reflects only calm now. No ripples, no movement. Only a quiet mirror of the endless sky above. You feel your body growing heavier again. Not in discomfort, not in weight, but in rest. A deep, grounding stillness that gently pulls you inward, closer to sleep, closer to that peaceful space where nothing needs to be held and nothing needs to be understood. Your shoulders relax completely. Your breath slows even further. Your thoughts drift like distant echoes, fading softly into silence. The garden begins to feel more distant now. Not because it is leaving you, but because you are drifting deeper within yourself. The light becomes softer. The shapes blur gently. The edges of everything dissolve into a calm, endless quiet. And yet, even as it fades, you know it remains. The golden tree, the flowing stream, the still pool. All of it continues, untouched, timeless, waiting quietly whenever you return. You take another slow breath in, and as you exhale, you feel yourself sinking deeper into rest, deeper into calm, deeper into sleep. There is nothing to hold on to now, nothing to follow, no story to continue. Only this gentle drifting, this quiet surrender into stillness. The air around you feels softer than ever, like a warm, quiet night that stretches endlessly, holding you gently, safely, without interruption. The last traces of the garden, dissolve into a soft glow behind your closed eyes. Not gone, just resting, like a memory waiting quietly in the background of your mind. You drift deeper and deeper into a space where thoughts no longer form, where time no longer matters, where only rest remains. The world is quiet now, completely still, and you can let go, fully, gently, without effort. Sleep comes naturally, softly, like a calm tide rising slowly to meet you. There is nothing to resist, nothing to think about, only this peaceful, endless rest. And as you drift into that deep, quiet sleep, the ancient garden remains, watching, waiting, holding its gentle light for you always.